We shall now discuss inclusion as an educational and ethical concept. Both the school and society have turned out to be exclusive and necrophilic. One of the barriers that operate to stop the attainment of education for all is exclusion. The life-denying character of exclusion is the result of the inability to accept and adapt to plurality, multiplicity, diversity, or differences. Exclusion refers to the isolation, alienation, or non-recognition of the other as a free, dignified, humanizing subject. Exclusion deprives the other of acceptance, dialogue, participation, and cooperation. This exclusive tendency of the human person to respond to these differences oftentimes leads to domination and manipulation. The net result, therefore, is the negation of the other as a person. Exclusion of the other has become the tendency of man in the name of favoring preservation of self-interest, status quo, conviction, and fanaticism, or viewed as a conservative way to secure views, theories, and traditions. Exclusion of the other, because of the inability to adapt to diversity and accept differences, has served as the solution to life's insecurity for self-survival. As a mindset, it denounces openness for other better alternative grounds to recognize the other as a free subject, as a dignified possibility, and as a person, while legitimizes a dehumanizing and manipulative structure. Exclusion of the other is a manipulative and repressive way of coping up with differences. To exclude the other is to break him, objectify him, and treat him merely as a function to attain certain objectives. It blocks man's access to humanization. It becomes indeed the avenue towards the destruction of humanity. The problem on inclusion that education for all is facing requires a kind of diagnosis which would help each one to understand why education for all remains to be a utopian vision. At the same time, it also necessitates the prognosis needed to solve such a problem. Obviously, if exclusion is a problem, then anything that negates it becomes the solution. Therefore, inclusion is the solution. Inclusion means that the boundaries of the community are open for all. Also, and most especially for those who are strangers to another and want to remain strangers. Inclusive education is a precondition of a real social transformation. Inclusive education is simply a laudatory term for social justice. Inclusion, in a pedagogical sense, is the annunciation of rehumanization through the accent of critical consciousness with due consideration to man's freedom to communicate, cooperate, and respect others. As an eschatological response to such problem of exclusion, inclusive education, which is based on the philosophy of inclusion, takes a significant role. Pedagogy of inclusion refers to man's commitment to dialogue, recognition, acceptance, understanding, support, and response to diversity of people's needs and abilities, including differences in their ways of living within the humanizing climate of critical hope and sensitive conscience. Pedagogy of inclusion is a prophecy of rehumanization through the accent of critical consciousness with due consideration to man's freedom to communicate, cooperate, and respect others. It is a respect for freedom, a testimony for democracy, the virtue of living with and sensitivity to differences that spring from understanding that evaluates and transforms values in and through education in a dialogical manner. It opens man's access to a society where everyone belongs, is accepted, recognizes, and responds to the diversity of people's needs and abilities, including their capacities and ways of living. As a critical intervention to the manipulative, inhumane, and oppressive tendencies of society and that denied and deprived man the opportunity of participation, pedagogy of inclusion aims and endeavors to echo the voices of the culture of silence, differentiated not simply by poverty, but by their deprivation of the right to determine their own history. The culture of silence includes the historically, culturally, socially marginalized, the discriminated, the radically excluded, the oppressed, the hopeless, the objectified, and the dominated. It struggles to eliminate sexual, racial, cultural, and class discrimination. Reconfronting reality, it sees the world as a realm of complex relations, a world of plurality, and not a singular world. It aspires to respond to multiplicity of or differences, not through limiting opportunities of participation for some, but through equalizing of opportunities for all. In other words, pedagogy of inclusion is a creative pedagogy, which seeks to include the other in an active search for the pursuit of liberation. It aspires to integrate or incorporate the marginals into the healthy society that has been forsaken. What gives pedagogy of inclusion its democratic character is openness to listen rather than to deafen. Pedagogy of inclusion, as dialogical, participatory, and humanizing, reminds each one of his or her role as a subject of discovering other alternative ways of dealing with other subjects considering their differences. It lets man realize that, as a consciousness, there is also consciousness other than him. Furthermore, pedagogy of inclusion is an advertisement of an inclusive language whose grammar pronounces respect for differences. It promotes authentic participation that welcomes recognition and acceptance of the plurality of modes of being. Oriented towards humanization, it flourishes friendship and love between and among men. Because it is transformative, pedagogy of inclusion affirms life's adventure. It speaks of freshness of approach, whether in thinking or acting, that grows out the awareness of the contrast between what is and what could be. It provides a framework that gives meaning and purpose to the human person's noblest aspirations and integrates him into the structure of the cosmos. It sets the human person to unwaveringly pursue higher ideals, truth, goodness, beauty, that shall carry humanity towards a new and advanced level of existence. Corollary to this, pedagogy of inclusion invites to pay attention to the optimistic resignation from and dismissal of prescriptive, calculative, manipulative, repressive, imposing, dominating, inframing, marginalizing, mechanistic, cybernetic, and hegemonic mindsets that are asphyxiating. As such, pedagogy of inclusion leans heavily on the values and virtues of acceptance, respect, altruism, collaboration, friendship, love, trust, commitment, faith, and justice that are non-negotiable catalysts in the restoration of humanity. Moreover, pedagogy of inclusion not just exposes the alienating situations and experiences of the culture of silence, but it also restively struggles to homogenize and liberate them from their oppressive conditions. It promotes a social order of respect, justice, love, solidarity, and peace, not in a terminal moment, but in an eternal process. With the hope to attain man's potential as human being, pedagogy of inclusion, therefore, is an honor for and a devotion to the dream of a proclamation of a new and better world, a world in which men meet in the process of ongoing liberation. It is a kind of world that acknowledges the differences of opinions, beliefs, and the ways of life, and allows these to freely flourish. The creation of the new world will come from opening the self from and society to new possibilities for leading a richer and fuller life. As giving rather than given, refigured rather than prefigured, the new world is not purely a utopian vision. It is a result of the transformation of the social situation into a channel of a more open and enriched possibilities. Originally, inclusive education has been conceptualized to defend and assert the right of education of people, in particular of those who are most vulnerable to social exclusion, like children who are physically and mentally differently abled, until it extended its arms to every student regardless of differences. Since it is not just a utopian vision that is based on pure ideology, its legal dimension must be emphatically pronounced. Notably, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, the World Declaration on Education for All, and the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities in 2006 the Philippine Action Plan 1990 to 2000, and the Convention on the Rights of the Child are just few of the legal frameworks. Operationalizing inclusive education is not dumping children in the schools. It simply puts into practice the idea that no member of society is left behind or abandoned, and where social institutions interdependently exist to promote the common good. The scheme focuses on the combination of effective practices in the educational setup, including but not limited to cooperative learning, peer tutoring, and community building in classrooms and schools. Teaching strategies for inclusive settings are synonymous with effective teaching strategies currently implemented in any area of education. Once the philosophy of inclusion has been internalized by every member of the community or institution, it becomes a customary habit for everyone, which will not any longer require sanction. It becomes a creative way of life, resulting to autonomous volition and initiative of every agent. And the community and institution remain inclusive atmospheres of respect and acceptance. In summary, inclusion coherently argues that the right to be included in the life of society is inherent in being human, for it is constitutive of living with others. Inclusion is desired quality for social existence. Being human takes place within the context of evolving relationships that make up a human society distinctly characterized by a common vision. Out of these dynamic interactions arise the identity and destiny of all individuals. The beginning and end of every human person unfold within the sphere of sociality. Expressed through an interpretative and hermeneutical frame, every text of the self is imaginable because of the context of the society. Inclusion is a unifying vision of humanity. It sees the human situation as infinitely morally perfectible. In other words, inclusion stakes the firm belief that can and must always be made better to the benefit of all cultures and society. Surely, inclusion is a utopian perspective, but it is definitely a needed one at times when humanity seems to be going nowhere and when the human spirit appears down. Yet, from an inclusive standpoint, the way to global harmony is reasonably through an enlightened and an improved social existence where everyone strives to live together in mutual respect and harmony. Let me conclude this with last few points. The all in education for all is a logically inclusive quantifier that emphatically pronounces heterogeneity in all aspects of living. Life is meaningful and beautiful because not everything is the same. What makes the world beautiful is differences. Differences is the essence of beauty. Differences are breaches of singularity. Pedagogy of inclusion, as an acknowledgement and respect for differences, is a positive outlook of the beauty of existence. Since beauty is only realized within the economy of differences, differences must be seen as sources of richness and diversity and not as problems. In a world where everything is the same, although in reality this world does not exist, existence would not make sense because there is no room for improvement. Life is boring because nothing is to be appreciated. Man cannot anymore speak of identity and uniqueness. He cannot become more. This is the result of making everything the same. This is the consequence of manipulating others to be the extension and projection of the self. This is the outcome of imposing the image and likeness upon others because of insecurity and fear for differences. After long years of education about how to optimize the innate passion of self-preservation, it is imperative that self-preservation finds its perfection outside the self. The passionate creation of the self necessarily involves the ethical edification of the social realm. Social creation must lead to social inclusion. For as long as society is exclusive, culture is divided, and religion is dominating, the world remains the center of oppression and violence. There is no way to inclusion. Inclusion is the way.